Hello, welcome again. We are covering the topic axial flow turbine for civil services main IFS and GATE aerospace exam. And in this, we are covering elementary theory of axial flow turbine. And we have drawn the inlet velocity diagram and outlet velocity diagram of rotor. This is the inlet velocity diagram and this is the outlet velocity diagram of rotor. So, from inlet velocity diagram, we have this CW2 by this is your CA for CA2. CW2 by CA2 is your tangent alpha 2. Okay. And from this triangle we have U minus CW2 minus U by CA is equal to tangent beta, or we can have U by CA is equal to tangent alpha 2 minus tangent beta. Okay. So if we assume CA constant, that is this CA2 and CA3 as constant, as we have assumed in compressor case also. So then from the outlet velocity diagram we'll have U plus CW3 by CA3 will be equal to tangent beta 3, and CW3 by CA3 will be equal to tangent alpha 3. Or then we will have tangent beta 3 minus tangent alpha. So U by CA will be equal to tangent alpha 2 minus tangent beta 2, and it is also equal to tangent beta 3 minus tangent alpha 3. Okay. So whereas in case of compressor it was plus here, U by CA was tangent alpha 2 plus tangent beta 2, and is equal to tangent beta 2 plus tangent alpha 2. But here in this case it is minus. Okay. And now we can see that the whirl component at the inlet is in this direction. C2 is in this direction, whirl component is in this direction, and final whirl component is in the opposite direction. Okay. So change in whirl component will be here CW2 plus CW3. So if we multiply it by U, then we get it for, and CW2 can be written as CA tangent alpha 2, and CW3 can be written as CA tangent alpha. Okay. So then this is when we are assuming that CA actual versus constant. Okay. So this is the work done. Similarly, this can also be written in terms of beta 2 and beta 3. That will be it. From this we have tangent alpha 2 plus tangent alpha 3 is equal to tangent beta 3 plus tangent beta 2. So this is the expression for specific work done. Okay, now I will read out this. In a single stage turbine, C1 will be the axial, alpha 1 is 0. So if we consider single stage turbine, then this will be your axial. C1 will be your axial, or alpha 1 will be 0. Okay. So, and C1 will be equal to CA1 if on the other hand the stage is typical of many in multi-stage turbine. C1 and alpha 1 will probably be equal to C3 and alpha 3. So if there is multi-stage, then this C1 will be equal to this C3, and alpha 3 will be equal to alpha 1. But in a single stage it will be axial, so that the same blade shape can be used in successive stages. It is then sometimes called a repeating stage. Next point, because the blade speed U increases with increasing radius, the shape of the velocity triangle varies from root to taking u as mean speed, but it is varying from root to bit. Here we are taking about the conditions of at the mean diameter of the angle. That is that this represents an average picture of what happens to the total mass flow and as it passes through the stage. This approach is valid for short blade because for the short blade the root radius and tip radius will be approximately same. But if these blades are large, then root radius and tip radius will be different, and then we have to go for three-dimensional arc. Now we are considering only two-dimensional arc. This approach is valid when the ratio of tip radius to root radius is low or for the short blade, but for long blade it is essential to account for three-dimensional blade. Okay. And next point is CW2 plus CW3 here represents the change in one component of momentum per unit mass flow, which produces a useful torque. The change in axial component CA2 minus CA3 produces an axial thrust. Okay, because we are assuming CA2 is equal to CA3, so that's why there is no axial thrust. But if it exists, then there will be axial thrust. Axial thrust means force in this direction, in axial direction. So that will lead to change in axial component. The change in axial component CA2 minus CA3 produces an axial thrust on the rotor, which may supplement or offset the pressure thrust arising from the pressure drop P2 minus P3. But here we will consider CA3 is equal to CA2 is equal to C. Okay. The geometry of the diagram gives the relation U by C is equal to tangent alpha 2 that we have discussed, minus tangent beta 2 is equal to tangent beta 3 minus tangent alpha 3. Okay. Applying the principle of angular momentum to the rotor, the stage work output per unit mass flow is where Ws is equal to U bracket CW2 minus CW2 plus CW3, or U is equal to U CA W is equal to U CA bracket tangent alpha 2 plus tangent alpha 2. Okay. And similarly from this equation we get this. Combining one we have Ws Ws in terms of gas angle associated with the rotor blade. So this is the work done expression in terms of angle, in terms of beta angle or relative velocity angle, and this is the work done in terms of absolute velocity angles.